Hey you, welcome back. And if you're new, I'm Akia Danielle. Thank you for joining me this week. So I wanted to get into a little personal video. I don't think I've really gotten that personal, but I wanted to talk about my tall girl journey. Like a little snippet of what I've been through and what I'm going through now and what I hope to become in the future. So yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and sit down and have a heart-to-heart talk with you, let you know the obstacles I've been through and what I'm trying to do to get over them. Hopefully this will inspire and empower you to look at your story, own it, accept it, and just decide that you're gonna do greater things than you've ever been designed to do. So if this is this type of video that's up your alley, stick around, let's talk. Okay, now that we've gotten to know each other, if we don't know each other already, let me take you back to my childhood really quick. I grew up basically in a military family. My stepdad is in the Navy and he's retired now. So we did a lot of moving and I moved up and down the East Coast. If you don't know already, I am originally from Trenton, New Jersey. I grew up mainly in Norfolk, Virginia, but I am now residing in California. I basically have been traveling since I was a little girl because we moved up and down the East Coast, and if anybody is a part of a military family or in the military themselves, they absolutely know when duty calls, the guys gotta go. And because of the moving around, I was pretty much always by myself. I never really got a chance to make too many friends, and when I did, I wasn't too comfortable. I was really a homebody. Like I stayed up under my mom. We didn't really go anywhere. We did what we had to do because we were always away from other family. That's when my social anxiety really started developing. I just was too shy or too scared to go anywhere and do anything with anybody. Okay, so fast forward to middle school, of course, where we all start to discover ourselves, who we are, and we, you know, there's puberty and everything like that. I pretty much was a late bloomer. I was always skinny. So while my cousins were pretty much like blossoming into young women, I was just this little skinny thing. And, you know, of course, being a young lady at the time, trying to figure out why you weren't going through the same changes, it can kind of make you start like questioning things, especially if other people around you are constantly bringing it up. So I think that's where I developed like insecurities because I was watching all the other young ladies around me pretty much develop into like teenagers, I guess you want to say. And I felt like I was just not getting there. I don't even know when I kind of just like stopped thinking about it and just kept moving on with my whole life, even though I knew what was going on. I did get teased from the boys. I even had stupid nicknames and things. And during the whole middle school time is when I started to like dressing myself, and I would dress myself in like these baggy clothes, you know, try to wear things like that that would just hide the skinniness. So when I got to high school, I started doing the same thing, and I actually shot up the summer between 8th grade and 9th grade, I believe. I ended up being like 6 foot. I thought I was good because I was in high school with older kids. So I'm like, oh, I will blend in better. People were more mature. I was like all ready for it. But of course, still, with all the other young ladies around me and being in like our community with curvy girls, like it was brought up again about me not having curves. So that still made me self-conscious, and I kept wearing the baggy clothes. But on top of that, a lot of people started really pointing out the fact that I was just tall. And before high school, I didn't really think of my height as anything. I knew I was kind of like standing over my cousins and other girls, but it didn't really bother me too much. So I didn't think too much about it. I was too much worried about me being skinny. So to add on to the fact that I was taller than like your average high schooler, I had the hardest time feeling very confident about myself. And it lasted a while. I tried to do different things, and it was like not quite hitting it the same way. And my insecurities just got the best of me. I think what clicked for me that kind of made me want to work on myself or trying to find my own validation was when my mom got me into modeling. We heard about a modeling convention, and I was about 14, I believe. And we went, and I got like 3 callbacks from Elite and a couple other agencies from New York. And that was like one of those wake up calls to me where it's like, hey, you have like the body features and the height to be a model. And I never thought about it, but that kind of just made me feel really good about standing out from the rest of the crowd. So I started looking into modeling, and then shortly after that, I ended up getting my first boyfriend, and that changed everything because I was feeling like I would never be able to like get a boy to like me because I was taller than most of the boys and I was too skinny. But my first boyfriend changed like my whole perspective on that. So I started actually feeling myself, and I wanted to start looking a little bit more polished and nice. Of course, I let my mom help me because before that, I was just like, I didn't want her dressing me anymore. I didn't want to do all the things that she was trying to do. Like, I always had my hair done because my mom was a hairdresser, and I did start getting my nails done because I used to bite them, and my mom would get my nails done to keep me from biting them. So I had things done, but I wasn't like mentally there, if that makes sense. But yeah, after those two big events in my life, like that's when I started kind of like paying attention to the clothes that I wear and how I was carrying myself. And I actually started reading like self-help books and magazines. Like Teen Vogue was out then, and then there was like another magazine, I think it was Cosmo Girl. There was like a couple of teenage fashion magazines that I got my hands on, and they were talking about things like skincare and makeup and fashion and just like going through your whole high school years. So that really kicked up my interest as far as like, I need to start paying attention to myself. I need to start like being the best version of me. So that is where like my whole self-development, my whole self-growth journey like kind of started from there, because I was just like so gung-ho on keeping up with my appearance, making sure I was exercising, and I just wanted to just be this whole new person because I was tired of feeling down on myself and hearing other people talk about my height and my weight. Fast forwarding to now, I dabbled in modeling from graduating high school, which is how I ended up in California because I wanted to kind of pursue that career. And my dad was out here, so I thought it was a win-win situation. I did do a lot of auditions. I did have a lot of close calls. I knew modeling was something that I really wanted to get into, but while I was on that journey, I did run into some obstacles, like family members who weren't really understanding what the industry was, kind of talking me out of it, making me feel bad about it. So I kind of stepped back. Then I met my husband at the time. So I just decided to kind of focus on my relationship, going to school and working. Ended up pregnant with my firstborn, my baby girl, who you guys have probably seen on my social media page every now and then. And from there, I kind of just like left modeling alone. But like 15 years later and another kid added to the mix, I decided, you know, I want to go ahead and continue pursuing my dream as a model, as well as just trying out the whole fashion influencer journey. I felt like that was super cool to kind of get my feet wet again with getting back into the whole fashion industry. Blogging and influencing was pretty much like that open door that can lead to another type of modeling, and I absolutely love it. And the fact that I've had control over it myself was even better. So I know I was rusty, like your girl was rusty. If you go back to the beginning of my pages, I'm telling you, from the posing to the quality of the photos to the style of clothing, your girl was a mess. But I knew I had to start over. I had to build that confidence again because I did let myself go, and I did start feeling bad and insecure in between time. I had to rebuild myself in order to do this. So I started in 2016. I started blogging. My mission was to help other tall women like myself find clothes and shoes that fit as well, because that was like the lack of in the fashion industry. I've found so many companies that actually cater to tall women, and it's amazing. I was feeling so good about it. I was on top of it and everything, and here it is now where it's 2021 and I am still on the journey. But what I realized that I wasn't doing is I wasn't really keeping it all the way real. I was still holding back. Yes, I was holding back. I can really say that now. I was still holding back because I was still scared. I was still scared of the rejection that I constantly heard, the validation, and it's a lot. It's a whole lot. But I have to remember that this journey is all based off of what I do, and I am in control of it. There's no more gatekeepers with social media. There's no more people telling you yes and no. Like, you do you, and you will be connected. Like, God will connect you with the right people, the right followers, the right people to work with. Like, it just happens. So I've actually had blessings and opportunities come since I've started doing that. I've done fashion shows, I've done photo shoots, I've met some amazing people that I've worked with. But it's been really fun finding all of these brands and retailers and trying on things so you can see how they fit. I've also been working on my personal style, building that up. I'm looking forward to just like building on my career as a fashion influencer, and I'm hoping to do more of modeling as well. It's been a really great journey, and even though I've had some hiccups, you know, you gotta pick up and keep going, right? Honestly, I would say I would not change it for the world right now. So yeah, so that's where I'm at, like as far as how I'm feeling, what's going on with me, what I've been through, and I know that was a lot. So I'm just like ready to get my mojo back. I'm ready to do this, go hard on it. I want to take you along if you are an aspiring influencer yourself, model, blogger, anything in the fashion industry. If you are just starting your journey, or you've been starting it and you feel like you're in a slump, like, I just want to invite you on my journey as well. And I want to share the things that I'm learning, because I am not an expert. I am not a fashion stylist. I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not a hairdresser. Yes, I do have a little bit of skills where I can do them myself and work through my channel. And outside of that, society has made everybody feel like it's a one size fit all, or one size, one look is always the standard, and that's it. And that's always been annoying to me. That's why I'm focusing on getting my black girl magic back and helping others get their magic back as well. Because listen, the world is changing. Everybody has their own tune, and they need to fine tune it to the beat that they want. And I just want to empower whoever is watching to do what they need to do. And my job is just to introduce you to new discoveries, products, services that'll help enhance, help you build, help you get the courage and the confidence to do what you want. That is my end goal, because I want you to be the best version of you, like I'm trying to be the best version of me. So now that I just sat here and told you a whole story and rambled about my life, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I will catch you in the next video. Thanks for joining me.